this last race of their season?
One more or two more.
Give me fuel, give me fire, give me that which I desire.
All right, welcome back to Wind Tunnel TV. Tonight we've got the East Coast Web Printers Gen 6 series here live at Phoenix Raceway. I'm Dean Doucette. He's Baron Labosco. Baron, in the Phoenix Cactus Land here tonight.
Yeah, and some people call Pocono the tricky triangle, but my thoughts are this one way trickier than Pocono ever thought it was. Really odd design, Dean, and drivers love it because there's multiple grooves. One will suit your talents. And Phoenix tonight, with 2 races to go, kind of let the cream rise to the top.
Yeah, another reference there to the Macho Man. I love it. The cream rising to the top. But you look at this track map, Baron, and we see exactly what you're talking about. It looks like a triangle that a kindergarten kid tried to draw.
Or something I drew last Thursday night drunk with my left hand.
Yeah, same difference, quite honestly. But nonetheless, it's one of my favorites. I absolutely love it. Now, the question is, how far down can they go into, heading down into turn 1 past the start finish line? I don't know if the cones will be out there tonight or not. Let's get a look actually and find out, shall we?
Well, if those cones aren't there, Dean, they're going to go all the way to the wall sometimes. But there's always that risk of damage when you do it, so you have to be a little careful.
Well, here we go. We'll watch Mr. Brantley in that East Coast Web Printers machine, and he'll come around through the start finish line, and I don't see them cutting down the track. There are no cones out there that I can see, though, so that'll be interesting. I think they'll probably be instructed to stay on the track, and that's fine with me. I mean, you go down there, Baron, and it gets dangerous. Guys trying to filter back in before turn 1.
Well, it's a little, perilous, if you will, blending back into traffic before that hard turn. But guys think that they can make up some speed down there, and they'll try to attempt passes or at least gain some track position on them. So you'll see guys doing it tonight. It'll happen.
Let's look at the He-Hut machine of Scott Olson. Rachel Hunt out here, currently third in the points. Let's get a look in on those unofficial points. Jason Jackson got a nice big cushion there with 3 races, including this one left. Tony Ratliff, Rachel Hunt, your top 3. Claus Williams right there. Otto Viani, Torgerson, Jason Spear, Tom Ashley, Jason Brantley, and the Toad Man, Todd Gilly. So very interesting. Little battle all around for different positions here, Baron. And those are positions of pride, something that I think everybody kind of looks at and says, I'd like to finish in front of that guy.
Well, we've got the 5 position spots between Rachel and Tony, so that's going to be a battle for second place. And that'll play itself out on the track tonight with 2 to go. So, Rachel back with us after a brief illness, and we're happy to have her back on the track competing for that second place finish.
Yeah, it's it's big news, to be honest with you. Rachel has all the talent in the world. Heck, she might be more talented than most of us, but she's been hampered by her physical ailments, and what a trooper. And in third place, I love it. I'd love to see her get second. No offense to anybody battling her, but if you beat her, I'm going to pay you a visit. It's that simple.
Well, there you go. We're going to get an angry Canadian at your door. And if I see my way to it, half drunk.
Yeah, I'll be behind Baron.
So, Jason Jackson, not yet in the field. Oh, there he is. I see him down there. Hasn't turned any warm-up laps. So it looks like
the whiskey machine just crashed, Baron.
Yeah, no, and that's my favorite car out there. Old Tom running that scheme for me. I love it.
Let's look at Daryl Spear. Got his name on the bumper just for us. I always love that. That pretty much sums it up for us, that people have to put their names right on the bumper.
Help us out a little bit.
That's right. And it looks like we're going to go over. There we go. I thought for a minute we were done, folks. A little blackout as we transitioned over.
Nice. Well, that was a little blackout for me as I was in Talladega last week. And great race. Love the track. Love the environment. But there was a lot of beer to be had and a lot of alcohol. Gosh, name it. I drank it.
Well, I can't wait to get into more of that, Baron. Truly find it interesting. But let's get into tonight's starting grid. It's Brandon Sheffield on the point. I do believe he won last week. Could be wrong about that one, of course. But he has a time of 26.485. Michael Ottaviani starts on the outside of row 1. Claus Williams will be on row 2 with Jason Spear on his outside. Row 3 will feature our points leader Jason Jackson and Miss Rachel Hunt. Royce Valley and Tom Lester will start in row 4. Tom Ashley, Jason Brantley in row 5. The Toad Man and Ian Spear will round out your top 12. We'll let you look at the rest of our competitors. They'll have to battle from a little further back, an 18-car field here tonight.
I'll be paying attention tonight to our YouTube channel. If you're watching us out in YouTube land, don't hesitate. Let it fly tonight, folks. We're at Phoenix. I want to hear from your favorite drivers, your favorite whiskey, your favorite food. I want to hear about your favorite girl or even your favorite holiday gift. I don't care what it is tonight, but we'll be playing with you guys out there.
All right, it's a night of favorites here tonight. Sheffield and Ottaviani lead them down. Green flag waves. Good start by Ottaviani on the high side. Can Sheffield hold him off?
Brandon Sheffield, starting from the front row of Phoenix, is bad news for the rest of the field. He has been bad fast lately, Dean, and this track is one of his types.
Oh, and Rachel Hunt almost rubbed out there by Lester. I mean, I don't want to call it like that, but I seen her almost up into the wall. You see how tight everything is back here? My goodness. And there's
really
Lester way up there again.
Yeah, he's all up in that marbles.
So some hardcore racing here early on at the back of the pack. And Lester sends it up into the wall again.
Maybe he's been into some of that Jack.
Yeah, well, it's it's a sponsor. It's free, Baron, so.
I know I would have been.
A good battle here. Someone I expect big things from here tonight. That is Mr. Jason Spear rocking that Kailu glass. He got East Coast web printers on there. Part of Spear Motorsports. Got a little bit of everything going on. Beautiful looking car.
Right behind our points leader, Jason Jackson, right there in that 86 machine. All but sewn up here, Dean.
Yeah, I mean, he has, and he earned it. You can remember one of our series last year, and I don't think it was this one, but he lost by like a point, Baron. And I think he's come in this season with a bit of that in mind. He wanted to prove something and say, I'm not letting any points go this year. In a stat we were looking at just the other night, his closing positions. And I got to think Jason Jackson, one of those guys who picks up those positions late in races. They're so big, as Spear works underneath them.
Brought a little bit of a chip and brought the cookies and the cake this year.
Yes, sir. I mean, Spear likes his place. I'm telling you, I mentioned him already, and I like the way he's running down on the low side. Jackson might get that spot back for now, but Spear's going to run that line all night. He should be good. Out front, Sheffield walking away a little bit from Ottaviani and Claus Williams. Jackson Forrest, Spear, Valley, Tom Ashley, Ian Spear right in the mix. Hunt and Brantley, your top 10.
Ottaviani out here in second place. What a disappointing run we had with him 2 weeks ago. Some pit road calamity and just from the lead, just out of the race.
Yeah, and he's had a couple of those, and anybody who knows me, Baron, knows I've had hundreds of those. Not sure what the issue is. Maybe a little concentration problem, but Ottaviani's going to learn from this. Remember, he's gone through all the stages here. He was a medium driver, then he was starting to put in the top 5. Now he's in the top 3, and that's when you got to break through to the winner's side. That's where all those little things come in. Baron, you cannot make a mistake. Not on pit road as he goes for the lead. Michael Ottaviani looking for it right here, right now.
Track position's a premium out here, and Ottaviani's saying, look, I need to be out front now.
Yeah, surprisingly, Sheffield has been run down and passed here on lap 9 at 125.
Early lead change. Love the scheme on that car, Dean. That's a nice looking race machine out there.
Yeah, it definitely is part of that Spear Motorsports. Jackson taking on Claus Williams right now. He's looking to move up into the top 3. Outside, and you talked about multi-groove racing here. We do have it here indeed, and you can see Williams way up high and Jackson down low. I think the high line prevailing right now.
Yeah, sometimes it does. Oh, we got one off the wall big time.
Oh no, Tom Ashley, and then late Valley comes up and into him. He's going to get hit by the Toadman slightly there at the end. Oh, and the Toadman can give him another shot there for good measure.
Just to remind him.
Let's get a look at it here. You see Tom Ashley in the 62. Valley gets loose. Ashley gets a piece of him. Then Kern, and then Valley just inexplicably turns left.
Bummer. I mean, that was a hard hit, and he just kind of came back into the track.
He's going straight. Everything's fine. And then just, wow, the wheel. He just snaps her left here momentarily. I think he almost like he just wanted to take him out. Maybe he did. Let's go a little further deeper, shall we?
Mission accomplished.
Let's go to Mr. Valley and get in the cockpit here. Quarter speed, and we'll watch this wheel here. And yeah, he just turned to the left there.
Yep.
That's the unfriendly left turn there. So pit stops commencing here. Everybody's in. Ottaviani trying to get out. I think he'll win that battle. No? Yes? Yes, he does. Sheffield, possible speeding. He stopped down on the bottom, trying to win the battle off of pit road. He gets caught.
Oh, no.
So tragedy on pit road. We talked about it for Ottaviani. Has he learned? It's seemingly so, but this time it's Sheffield getting burned.
Well, it's going to be interesting watching him come through the field now, Dean.
Well, it certainly will. I hope nobody left turns on him. So we'll re-rack them.
YouTube awfully quiet tonight. So we're coming up on the holidays, right? We're about to reach into November. Thanksgiving, Dean, or Christmas? Which one's your favorite? Well, I guess you don't have Thanksgiving up there, do you?
We just had it. Of course we have Thanksgiving. We just have it on the more appropriate date than you. That's all.
You have turkey and all the fun stuff?
Yeah, absolutely we do.
Ooh, that's so good.
It really is. And it's my favorite. I mean, back to your original question. You know why? Because when you said it's time to reach or something, I was thinking reach in my pocket when you were talking about holidays. So Christmas is a pocket reacher. Thanksgiving is just a tummy rubber.
Oh, yeah. And is it ever? Do you have like Friendsgiving where everybody gets together and they all, celebrate without the families around?
Well, I mean, we call that late night activities, Baron.
Saturday night. Got it.
Look at Spear rolling right up on Autoviani. The two Spear machines down low. Down and away for Autoviani. Jason Spear trying to come underneath of Jackson.
Auto with a huge leap.
Yeah, he got a great jump there that time. Spear trying to take over from Jackson. Jackson will get a run on the high side. I think he'll hold off Jason Spear for now. A little further back, you got Hunt down low. She tries to make a move. That is Lance Ripka on the high side. Fleming up there winding it up as well.
Shout out to Paul Travis watching us on WTTV. He's out in YouTube land. Shout out to you, Paul. Hope you're doing well. How you doing? How's your mother?
There's a look at newcomer Matty Watkins with the 999s, Baron. I mean, he's got a lot of devil representation in those paints. I don't know if we should be concerned.
Well, that would be 6616.
Well, his other paint scheme is devil related, and I think this is an upside down 666 type of thing. Just something to consider.
I like it.
I like it.
Battling
Good
Rachel
looking
right
paint.
now. Welcome, Maddie. Glad to have you.
Absolutely. Love it. And he's been clean and everything so far, so he's been looking good. There's a look at Brandon Sheffield. Lost all those spots on pit road. Currently in 10th. Staring Matty Watkins and Rachel Hunt right from the rear.
Sheffield making his way carefully, patiently from the back of the field. We'll see how long it takes him to get up front, Dean.
Yeah, he is definitely being a pretty patient with it, giving lots of room there, keeping her good and low. He doesn't want any problems back here.
Boy, hard to miss that purple and pink car, Rachel. She's the only one out there with those schemes. And every time the camera focuses in, it's right there on you.
Absolutely. Out front, Autoviani opening up about 4/10 over Jackson, Spear, Williams, and Ian Spear. Ripka at the tail end of this group.
So Ripka and Rachel there, in a tight battle for second and third place on the track. Rachel needing 5 points to the good and secure that second place with 2 to go.
Yeah, I mean, she's racing for that second spot. Ian Spear up here racing. He was racing Claus Williams. One little bad corner, so to speak, and Ripka goes to the outside now. So the outside prevailing early here at Phoenix. Sheffield just slid up there in front of Watkins. He'll go into 9th. There goes Olsen. He'll take over 10th. And Brantley will be in 11th. Watkins fallen back to 12th.
Had a great idea for an exhibition race. We need to have these cars all painted in movie schemes. Grab their favorite movie, put their paint scheme on the track, and have a movie night with Wind Tunnel TV.
I mean, it could be interesting to find out what people's favorite movie are. It could be a little scary, too.
Well, it's Halloween, too, so it's time for those horror flicks to be shown. But Tron Ares out. Have you seen that one, Dean?
I have not seen Tron Ares. I did see the previous Tron, so. One back in the 70s and one about 10 years ago or so.
That's right. The sequel came out. So if anybody's seen Tron, let me know if it was any good. I'm gonna try to get it this weekend.
Well, I got a bad feeling for you, Baron, but nothing booze can't fix.
Agreed. Totally agreed. 3 cars currently out of the event. Todd the Toad Man out sitting there in 16th. 17th, Tom Ashley still sitting on pit road fixing some damage. And Royce Valley here in 18th, black marker on the field as they were all involved in that early incident on lap 9.
I think the Toad Man has come back out. There he is. Look at the Toad Man. So back in 16th, turning some laps. I think several laps down. 7 laps, according to our scoring.
Out there fighting for points.
You got to. I mean, he's trying to set an example of what to do out here. Got to finish what you started. Something I was a big proponent of until I started quitting when I got older, Baron.
160 pounds of ketamine found at the Atlanta airport, Dean. What do you think about that?
Damn it. My shipment's been stopped.
Yeah, I need a new supplier too.
I mean, I'm not sure what ketamine is. I forget, but...
It's like a horse tranquilizer, I think.
Ooh, big stuff. Hunt fighting here with Fleming. Fleming rocking the outside and going around. Sheffield fits it in there. Sheffield going to try and take away that 8th position.
Vote for Stroker Ace paint scheme out there in YouTube land. Stroker Ace or Talladega Nights? Which one you like better?
Well, I got to tell you, the Bulldog runs that Stroker Ace, fastest chicken in the South, so that one's kind of taken. I don't know which move. I mean, I think I like Talladega Nights better. It was a little funnier for me. That might be sacrilege out there. I'm not sure.
Rumor Mill says we are going to have a Days of Thunder 2 soon. Thoughts on that?
Well, from what I hear, Baron, it will not be a NASCAR movie, so I don't think much of it. Oh, and Rachel Hunt loose down to the inside she goes. That'll be a legal move down to the inside. No passing. She'll fall back to 12th.
Good save.
Yeah, cars starting to go away on these guys right now, and gals. You see a little wiggle out of Olsen back here, too.
Hot slick track here in Phoenix. Those rear tires really taking a beating as they're trying to get everything they can off these corners.
Yeah, 92 degrees on the track. That's hot enough. Sheffield looking to move forward some more. He's up into 8th right now. And you see that rear end wiggling around. So that's your problem. That's where that low line isn't good. You can't get the power down with a car on your outside. You see through the center. Sheffield much better. Off the corner, though, Fleming fights back.
Little brush of the wall mean he's trying to get all of it, too.
He definitely digging out there. Sheffield will come clear, so put him up to 7th now. Right behind Ian Spear and Jason Spear in 5th. Williams up to 4th. Ripka has moved up 11 spots into 3rd. Watch out for Buckshot.
On his way, and we love talking to Lance. He had a win last 2 weeks ago, I'm sorry, when I was watching. And it was good to chat Lance up.
Absolutely. Lance, a stalwart here in the series. There is your points leader, Jason Jackson. He's moved up to 2nd. He's not sitting around on this one, Baron. He's looking to put an exclamation point on this season.
Good run so far, 2nd place, and climbing in on the rear bumper of Ottaviani here. Great run, great season.
Definitely a great season. Don't often see these point differentials that we're seeing this year. It's been the Jason Jackson show. But tonight, Michael Ottaviani with yet another chance to perhaps come away with that elusive victory. Can the 53 do it? Lots of space out. You see the drive off for Sheffield. He's coming, and he's coming in a hurry, Baron.
Higher he gets in the standings, though, the tougher the pass. These guys are really talented. We've got Jackson, Ripka, Williams, Jason Spear up next. Sheffield really charging forward, but it's about to get tougher for him.
It is, and this is one of those tracks, Baron, where, you know, it's painful at this stage in the race to make up time. I can remember following guys around. Some of you might know some of these names, like Bobby Terrell, and, well, I'll leave it at Bobby, because Bobby was one of the ones, I'm telling you. You could have 50 perfect laps, and you wouldn't make up a 10th on them.
Yeah, Mr. Consistency there in Bobby Terrell. I remember racing that guy.
Yep, Bobby back in action with the Eagles. We'll have to check that out one of these nights. Had a little race last night. Of course, Bernard Person had a great race, come second. I was third, and Helm was fourth. So, little information from other racing for you out there. But some of them might not like that, but it is what it is. Us old people can still drive a little bit, Baron.
I wouldn't know. I haven't had that wheel in my hands in a while.
Yeah, it's something we got to change.
I have to relearn how to do it.
I'll be at this very track next Tuesday night.
Be at or be watching?
Oh, I'll be driving.
Oh, okay. Driving it.
There's a look at Brantley. Olsen loose, trying to hold on. There's Hunt trying to come back, and Matty Watkins back here. Olsen staying low, letting them go here. So Phoenix doing Phoenix things. They're all spread out here, Baron. They got to start thinking already fuel and fuel mileage. Olsen is coming off the track. I think he's seen enough tonight, Baron.
Unscheduled stop. Scott Olson, a great paint designer out there. If you want some cool paint, Scott can hook you up there. Look him up.
Yeah, Potato Head paints. They're free and always will be. This reminds me of old school NASCAR, Baron. You get into these points in the season and these points of the races, you just kind of logging laps, waiting to see what happens, planning your strategy, not trying to wear out your stuff. I mean, it's the way it was back in the day.
And still is, especially with these cars. You know, these are big old heavy cars, and, you know, the passing becomes twice as hard because the wind plays with it, the track temperature plays with it, tire size. It's really difficult. And you can see these guys trying. Back ends are kicking around, and they're missing turns and hitting walls. I mean, doing everything they can.
Let's get a look in on that East Coast web printers machine. Jason Brantley, the big possum out here, currently in 9th position.
Good looking car. I like that scheme, Dean, that neon green.
Yeah, definitely very nice. And word has it, Mr. Shane Fleming, right in front of him, who's painted these machines, he too has a similar scheme.
Nice. Good job, Shane. Way to go.
Absolutely. And Shane currently up 8 spots into 8th place, having a nice little run here. He's got Ian Spear right in front of him in 7th. So, Baron, it was a banner week for the Canadian. You know, we had the Blue Jays going to the World Series, very exciting. And then we had Monday Night Football, where my Lions just put a whooping on Tampa Bay. As
Sure
Spears squeaks in there, wow, some wild action while I'm rambling along.
Yeah, no, sure did. Jays start their series tomorrow night.
Yeah, can't wait. Oh, and we got a yellow on the track. Matty Watkins, something's happened. Already jumped to the pits. Oh, boy. Let's get a look at it here. Matty all alone out on the track. Just going to power up a little bit. A little too low. A little too much power. Twitch. And around she goes. That bring... Ooh, and a hard lick there at the end. That'll bring out the caution.
Little left front damage to her, but she's drivable. Little D-die-do there as these tires got super loose. I expect they're all on pit road now, Dean.
Yeah, we're going to find out here momentarily. And there they are. The Toad Man going to stay out and get a lap back. You see him right there. So he might be the only happy one to see a caution here right now.
All drivers on pit road, 4 tires of fuel, Dean. Give me something cool to drink while we're at it.
Something cool to drink. I mean, I got nothing for you. A little rum and coke. Why not?
No, not behind the wheel of a race car. There'll be no drinking and driving, Dean.
Oh, I'm
A little
sure.
Gatorade and some electrolytes, but outside the track, fully encouraged.
I thought you wanted a drink. I was trying to make one for you, Baron.
Oh, well, thank you. No, I appreciate the consideration. I had
Look
plenty.
at this four-way little scramble. And this time Sheffield, no penalty, and he rides up in front of everybody. Picked up about 3 spots on pit road. Sheffield up to third. A 14-2. Several people in the 15s. I don't understand. One person, Fleming, in the 19s, could have been fixing some damage. Very, very interesting, but Sheffield capitalizes.
Yikes, that's a big pit jump. That's pretty cool.
That is. The Toad Man come in after his lucky dog. Lester and Daryl Spear come in. And it's still Otto Viani out front. So what do you think? Who do you got in the World Series, Baron?
I'm rooting for the Jays, but I think the Dodgers win.
All right, more importantly, who do you got in my Reach for the Top competition where we're going to do a trivia contest? Wesley Outland or Jared Carr?
Oh my goodness. Wow. That's a tough one, Dean. Wow, that's a very tough one. I don't know.
It is very tough. I can't wait to get that done. Not sure when that'll go. We got the Bulldog Adam Newton in there, but he showed a little hesitation last time I talked to him. So, and I don't blame him. Those are 2 tough competitors. Here we go. Back to green flag racing. Ottaviani, another great start. Sheffield down on the bottom. Can he get it done? He's really going to have some good corners down there. He throws it in, but can't quite get there. Jackson battles back on the outside. Sheffield
Racing
really
action.
trying.
Yeah, racing action all over the track here, Dean. And if you're running a trivia contest, I don't care what it is, I want to watch it.
Yeah, I mean, it's something I've got to get done, Marin. There's some things to work out for sure, but those are 2 of the most knowledgeable NASCAR people that I know of, and it'll be a lot of fun. Sheffield wins that battle, so put him up into second. Otto Viani's going to have to earn this one.
Ottaviani running like hell here as he's got Sheffield right behind him. And we saw Sheffield in an early pit error. He got a black flag. He's already made his way to second place and just turned the fastest lap at 26.96.
Yeah, it's amazing. You know, the cream rising to the top. We've said it many times, and Sheffield not to be denied. We ride on board with Lance Ripken, 4th place. Claus Williams just set the fastest lap of the race back in 7th. Can you say that name there, Baron? Futaba.
That's as good a guess as I'm going to give it.
I'm going to make that my safe word, Baron.
Giving up fire truck?
What's that?
You gave up fire truck?
Yeah, that one's...
Supposed to tap your head 3 times and yell fire truck, remember?
I don't remember. That's why I need a new one.
Mine used to be pineapple. And somebody took it on YouTube.
Great racing up front. 4 cars battling away here on lap 53.
What's your safe word, YouTube?
Yeah. I mean, we already know what kids' names are. They got whiskey names out there, Baron.
One of them is, what was her name? Jacqueline Daniela? I'm almost afraid to see the answers that are going to come out of YouTube for that.
Little touch of the wall back there by Fleming. He looks just fine. Rachel Hunt back up to 8th behind Claus Williams and Jason Spear as they try and run down the main group. Still locked together. 5 cars now with Ian Spear joining in.
Nose to tail action here. The top 4 under a blanket.
Yeah, it's some great racing. Phoenix can produce this. You know, we get about 15, 20 laps in, you'll start to see who's who and what's what. But right now, one mistake could shuffle you from 1st to 5th.
And Ottaviani kind of showing us all the premium that being out front really provides that leader a clean air, and it's hard to shake him out of that top spot.
Yeah, you can watch his lap or watch his mirror there. There's action in both, but I want to get a look at how he's driving here, Baron. Pretty standard stuff there. A little diamond there in 1 and 2. Should get right to the bottom here. Almost hit that inside wall. Get down here and hug that lane and filter her up to the high side. That's pretty good and pretty smooth from Ottaviani.
And you heard him feather it. You'll hear it again in this turn.
I'm really surprised how smooth he is on that throttle, Baron. Something I like to do at Phoenix in 1 and 2 is to pump that throttle to get that car to jump left. I don't see too many people do it, but it's very effective.
Yes, slow and steady here at Phoenix is fast, isn't it?
Well, it is, and that's the thing. If he can do what he's doing and maintain the lead, it's going to be better than what I just said. The way I said, wear him out a little bit, but it's a little bit faster, I do believe.
Take notes at home, kids. That's a little racing tip there from Dean Doucette.
It really is. It's one of my favorites. I mean, I love me some Phoenix.
Sheffield looking antsy here, Dean.
Yeah, Sheffield's looking antsy, and it looks like Jackson's trying to hold on against Ripka. Look at Sheffield making a move to the outside, and that's how you do it. That's the shocker right there. Sheffield performed it, and Ottaviani just gave it up or could do nothing about it. One of the two.
Power move out of the 36 of Brandon Sheffield. That was great stuff. Also, those East Coast web printers teams out of Elk River, the pride of Elk River, Dean.
Yeah, absolutely. He's got Edward Kane, CPA, on the side there, the Caden Hammond Foundation. I mean, how could we forget some of those legendary interviews with Mr. Sheffield?
Tax season's right around the corner.
That's right. Good one brewing here as we approach the halfway mark here at Phoenix in the East Coast Web Printers Gen 6 series. 3 races remaining, including this one.
Ripka's got his nose out there on Jackson.
Yeah, Ripka gonna take this spot perhaps. Jackson battling back. Good wrapping of the corner there. Are you a good present wrapper, Baron? Oh, contact! Ripka slides up into Jackson, makes a little room for himself. I think he's going to give it back. He's just feeling a little bit guilty here. He'll give that back to Jackson. I don't blame him. He'll try again at a later date.
He and Spear looking at all this happening there, trying to make a move, couldn't find a spot.
Yeah, I mean, the speed differential, even with the contact, just wasn't there. So he couldn't capitalize, but it's brought Jason Spear, Rachel Hunt right up into this thing. Here comes Claus Williams and Brantley. So all of a sudden, Sheffield gets out front, and the train extends now back to almost 10th place. So back to your present wrap in there, Baron. Is it embarrassing or is it high quality?
It's Amazon.
That's cheating. That's man stuff right there.
Holy crap. I don't deny it.
Huh? You never have to ask anybody, put your finger here?
Nope. Comes in a box. I open up the box. I set it under the tree. It's wrapped. Tags on it and everything.
I love it. Rachel Hunt back here in 7th, starting to take a little peek at Jason Spear there. Has she got a little something? Claus Williams surges there too, Rachel Hunt. Ian Spear putting the heat on Ripka. So everybody doing a little bit of something, but it's fractional. This is Phoenix, man. You know, you're talking about hundreds of seconds, not tenths of seconds.
Yeah, true. And at the halfway mark, these guys already have a feel for how these cars are acting on the short and the long run. So what have you learned here, Dean, and how do you make it better?
Yeah, I don't know what these guys can do. I mean, fixed setups here. They can play with the brake bias a little bit. I think, low brake bias probably play well here, trying to get that car to turn in a little bit. But I don't know what they're going to do. I mean, it's all in pit strategy. Maybe a little less fuel, right? And when do you pit? These are going to be keys. I mean, I honestly don't know. To me, a place like this, you can see how difficult it is to pass out here. Track position, high importance. I might have to listen to my former crew chief, Mr. Labosco, and pit a little bit early here.
Yeah, try to do a little something that they can't do, right? So if you get in a little early, make up a little track spot, make them chase you.
Definitely, and give them the bottom. I mean, we've seen the high side's a little bit better when you're side by side. The sun's starting to set, the reflections coming in over the track, darkness on one end.
Cooler temps means a little more grip here too, Dean. Some of these guys may start finding something.
Yeah, we're down 1 degree right now on the track temp. It's surely to drop a little bit more. It's definitely going to change, and we've heard someone like Sheffield talk about it in interviews. The second run, not the same as the first run. Track gets worn in. Temperatures change. You've got to anticipate these things. Second group still right there, looking racy themselves. A little further back, there's Fleming, there's Eric Whiting in 11th, Tom Lester back in 12th. He was perhaps drinking a little bit prior to the race. We're not sure about that. That's unconfirmed reports.
Inquiring minds want to know, don't they?
They do. Sheffield out of the groove, up by the wall, overextending that machine a little bit. So can Ottaviani run him down? He did it earlier. He took the lead away from Sheffield. I don't know if he can do it again. Sheffield, the master of learning as he goes.
And Otto did it a little earlier in the run, Dean. Those tires were a little fresher. He was able to find his way around Sheffield. I think maybe Sheffield was playing a little possum with it, but now he's really under the gun. If he wants around Sheffield, he's got to do something.
Yeah, he's definitely got to do something up to and including pitting early. And I'd like to see someone take a wild swing at this one, Marin. Let's get in real early. How about right now?
That would be early, wouldn't it?
It would be, and it'd be fantastic because by the time they pit, you might have yourself a full lap lead. Now, can you hold it? That's another question, but it would be interesting.
And I'm here for it. Let's try it.
Let's try it. I love it. We're always here to try stuff with other people's cars, aren't we, Baron?
Yes, we are. Playing with house money, Dean.
Yes, sir. I'm definitely the bad guy on your shoulder. Do it. Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, I'm the enabler, too. Nah, you should have another one.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
reminds me of Bernard Person. If you're listening, do it. Go for it.
Yeah, have another one. I'm that guy. It's not too early. It's not too late. Just go ahead.
Everybody working around Daryl Spear here. So Daryl back in 13th. He's officially gone a lap down. There is Brantley, Williams, and Fleming. Rachel Hunt has kind of left them behind a little bit as she gets up there towards Jason Spear.
So these are points here for Rachel. She needs them.
Yeah, I mean, let's take a look, Baron, at our championship standings again. Unofficial, I might add. But I do know Rachel is in third. Tony is in second. Tony not here tonight. So that's big. Claus Williams, he's behind Rachel. Otto Viani, though, is in fact in second place. So that's the big threat to Rachel. But Rachel looking at a second place finish here. If she can have a couple of decent results here. And this one right now looking pretty good in seventh. Out front, Brandon Sheffield with Otto Viani and Jackson chasing.
I can't talk enough about the night Ian Spears having. Fifth place right now, up 7 points. I mean, that's great to see.
Yeah, Ian doing a great job. Ian's corner of faith on that machine. He is currently up 7, so yeah. I mean, he's a solid young man, young racer, very young, Baron, lots of future, and I think if he focused on racing, he would be something. I'm not encouraging that. You know, there are other things to focus on in this world, but he's got the talent to do it. Jackson and Ripka going at it. Ripka trying to take third place away from Jason Jackson. Daryl Spear, he's coming on to pit road. He could be done. Jackson holds off Ripka. Otto Viani's starting to inch in on Sheffield here.
Two really different lines to that turn. You notice Otto trying to keep that air on his nose.
Yeah, and I think Otto's line is a little better, to be honest with you. It's keeping it a little lower, a little longer here. I like what I'm seeing from Michael Otto Viani. Very calm from our front two. There's Jackson and Ripka. They've slipped off a bit. Ian Spear a little further back. Then Jason and Rachel, they're coming forward.
"12 cars on the lead lap now."
So did we ever get your pick for the World Series, Baron?
Well, like I said, my heart's with the Jays and my wallet is with the Dodgers. But I think this thing goes 7 games.
Yeah, I really don't know what to think at this point. I know the Jays got a ton of heart. Is it enough to overcome those aces down there in Dodger land? I really don't know.
And if you've never seen it, Shohei Ohtani is special.
No doubt about it. That man is a special, special hitter and pitcher.
Babe Ruth, just
Yeah.
really, really, really good.
It's really the only person you can compare him to is Babe Ruth. People, if you ever wondered what was so special about Babe Ruth, well, go watch Ohtani there. I can't even think of his first name right now. But Ohtani is doing Babe Ruth things. Some people don't know Babe Ruth won 20 games in the major leagues as a pitcher.
Yeah, and led the league in hits and home runs. Yeah, it led the league in hits and home runs, and shit, Ohtani's already done that, and this will be the second year, so.
Yeah, I think the only thing missing for Ohtani is a big year, a 65 home run year, something to that effect.
And maybe 20 wins as a pitcher, 25 wins, if he can stay healthy.
Yeah, I doubt we'll ever see that because I just don't think he'll pitch enough. But here we go. Ottaviani looking for the lead once again. He gets underneath the Sheffield, comes off real low. I love the attempt there. Lap 88 of 125. So under 40 laps here. And Ottaviani looking. He is putting the pressure on Sheffield.
Rolled the dice, and it didn't work out in that last attempt. He'll cool him down for a minute, stay in line. We'll see another attempt at this. Is the line right here. Look at this, Dean. He really gets a nice drive out of this.
And you can see how it's paid dividends over a long run. Just keeping the car underneath them. We'll watch Sheffield here. You're liable to see a little wiggle out of the rear end here or there, but not from Ottaviani. And let's call him Ohtani. I wonder if he can pitch, Baron.
I imagine he can. Shout out to Tony Ratliff watching us. We miss you, Tony. Hope your mother's doing all right. Thanks for joining us here on Wind Tunnel.
So Ottaviani now has to regroup and cool him down. It's pit stop time, Baron. I mean, maybe they can make it. Maybe that's what we're missing too. I don't know.
91's an awful long way to go. Or excuse me, 91. They're at 91. Well, you'd think I was drinking, Dean.
Well, I would think. I would know, Baron. Rachel Hunt has caught up to Jason Spear. Brantley catching up. Claus Williams catching up. So late in the run, we're seeing some movement at the back here, or in the top 10 still.
I wouldn't be surprised if they could all make it here, Dean.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised either, because we're getting down to it now. 33 laps remaining. It does not seem like anybody is thinking about pitting here, so I think we would have already seen that. Let's bring up our pit board. You can see they pitted on lap 45, Baron. So that's going to give them, 80 laps. I think that's right in that range here at Phoenix. So, yeah, it's looking like they're going the distance.
That gap getting a little bigger between Sheffield and Ottaviani now. That attempt may have slowed Otto's car down a little bit. What do you think?
Yeah, or it gave some giddy up to Sheffield. I'm not sure which, but I think Otto might be cooling them down. It's hard to say, Baron, but definitely a gap has developed. There's Ripka in fourth, Ian Spear fifth, Jason Spear, Rachel Hunt, Brantley, and Williams. So these ones, and Brantley's someone to watch here. I think he saved a lot. He's thinking about going the distance here when maybe everybody else really wasn't. So maybe the three's got a little something left.
I do like that scheme.
She is pretty. And that familiar number 3 always looks nice on a car.
The stylized 3 of Mr. Dale Earnhardt Sr.
Yes, sir. And some big news in NASCAR. It looks like they're going to change the point system next season. That's going to be interesting.
Yeah, I hate that, Dean. I know I'm against swimming upstream with this, but I really like the point system the way it is right now. And I'm just afraid that they'll go back to the old ways, and we'll have this series locked up by the time we get to Talladega next year.
No, I don't think that's what's in the cards, Baron. From my deep investigation of watching a YouTube video, I think what they're looking at here is just changing pretty much solely the ending. Not having it be a 1-race deal. Let's make it a 3-race or a 6-race deal for the finale.
So overall points over 3 races by 4 drivers?
Yeah, something to that effect. Yes.
Got it. So you can have a mulligan if you had a bad day.
Yeah, and that's where it came from. I listened to the new CEO of NASCAR, or the president of NASCAR, whatever the title is these days. And he was basically saying that, they've noticed a couple of drivers getting that Final 4. Someone wrecks them or whatever. That's it. Your chance is done and over. And they just kind of thought that was unfair and unhealthy for the sport, especially when you're talking about people who could be big stars in the sport, not being able to get that championship or at least race for it. So they've decided, they're definitely going to make it more than 1 race for the championship.
All right. I'm open to change. Let's give it a shot.
Yeah, and I don't think the playoff format's going away. I think that's, in their mind at least, has been very good for racing. I don't necessarily disagree. So I think that'll stay in whatever form or fashion they do it. .26 to go here at Phoenix in the East Coast Web Printers Gen 6 Series. Looking in on Jason Spear in 6th place. Rachel Hunt still in 7th. Claus Williams trying to take that spot away from Brantley. He'll do it. And he's also in a battle with Rachel Hunt for what would be probably second in points with Tony Ratliff out. So these are big positions here. The biggest, though, up front. Battle ensuing. Jackson coming back, but Otto Viani has gotten all the way back to Sheffield's bumper. Things
Pay window just
up.
opened. Yeah, pay window just opened. Yeah. As we step all over each other, Dean. God, I love this.
Good reason. Whenever we look in on them, they look exactly the same. We look away and the cars change positions, Baron. What is that all about?
Passing on the track at Phoenix. So tell me more about this trivia contest. Are you going to have like a charity? Are you going to have a series sponsor? Or are we going to have
I think
commentators?
I think all of it, Baron. I think it's in the infancy. If I had to guess, we're probably a long ways out from having it, because there's a lot of mental preparation and then there's a lot of real world preparation as well. I'd like to have buzzers. I'd like to have some personalities come in and pose some questions. We need some graphics built and some sponsors, but I think potentially this could be a real podcast show, not just a one-off.
That would be a lot of fun. That would be a lot of fun.
Sheffield leading, coming down to 20 to go at the line. What a ride he's had tonight. Speeding on pit road or something, and he had a drop to the back. He raced his way through the field, back to the front. He has gotten there, but Otto Viani been hanging on, and then we all of a sudden now Sheffield stretching it out again. So there's been a real accordion effect going on here. Looks like Ottaviani getting set up for another run at it here. Our other battle, Jason Spear, Rachel Hunt, Claus Williams, all kind of spread out. Brantley hanging on to the rear of Williams. Not even sure that's legal.
Sounds good, though.
It really does. Tom Lester got the call. His glass is empty. And sorry about the calls tonight, Tom. Just a little fun in the booth.
If you're driving a Jack Daniels car, you open the door for that.
You kind of do.
Looking forward to it, Dean. This is going to be a great event. I'm so jazzed up about your little trivia thing. I'm just keep me posted. I want all about it.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll reach out to all the appropriate people at the appropriate time. I think it's highly interesting. And a little background, Wesley Outland, professional broadcaster, been around NASCAR his whole life. A wealth of information. Jared Carr, I'd call him a NASCAR nerd. He grew up, as some of us with baseball did, with stats and cards. His was NASCAR. He knows everything there is to know about every driver from every year. It'll be a real close battle. And we got the Bulldog, a possible wild card. He's been around garages and tracks his whole life. I hope he participates as well. He could be the ultimate wild card. Depending on the questions, might depend on who wins this thing.
Just so excited to watch it. These two are encyclopedias of NASCAR knowledge. We got another pass for the lead here, Dean.
Yeah, Ottaviani cooled him off. He's back up here for another run. This is well played by the 53. I love the strategy of fading back and then coming back to Sheffield. Sheffield, though, has always held him off and then walked away. With 14 to go, you cannot let him walk away again. Ottaviani's got to put the heat on him. Here he goes, back to the inside, Baron.
And Sheffield's happy to let him have the bottom here because he knows he needs that drive off. At this late stage in the race, those rear tires are barking.
Yeah, and Ottaviani swings it up a bit. He'll look to get a little momentum this time. Great turn, but he goes sideways. Otto chasing it down the track. Illegal procedure. He's loose. Jackson slips on through. Otto down to third.
Nothing ventured, nothing gains. Fortune favors the bold.
Yeah, I mean, he gave it a good old-fashioned effort there, but unfortunately didn't work out, and Jackson slips into second. Don't look now, Ripka's creeping up in this battle as well in fourth. You got Ian Spear trying to hold off Uncle Jason, Rachel Hunt, Claus Williams, and Jason Brantley. And it looks like Jason Spear and Rachel Hunt are battling for the high side there.
Tony Ratliff pulling for that driver of that number one machine in Rachel Hunt. He's hoping she does something with her night. So let's see what she's got here. Even on the high. Whoa, loose head of Rachel.
Yeah, and behind her, so was Claus Williams. So the car is going away for everybody. Up front, Sheffield walking away now. Got about 8/10 back to Jackson. Ottaviani right there along with Ripka. We go back to this area where they're battling. Ian Spear, Jason, Rachel Hunt, Claus Williams. Big points here between Hunt and Williams.
So Phoenix putting on a little show as we close in with 8 laps to go here.
Yeah, pretty standard procedure here at RGR. The accordion effect is real in this league. They fade out and then they all come back together. Right now, though, Jackson got a little break from Ottaviani. He's getting loose. It looks like he's going to capitalize. He's coming down to 7 to go next time by. You ever been to Phoenix, Baron? You ever seen this?
Well, I've not been to this race, but once upon a time in a galaxy far away, I ran late models, and yeah, we were here once.
All right, good look at the old cactus there. Sheffield working around some lap traffic. That's the Toad Man. Toad Man currently in 13th. Jackson will make his way underneath. Ottaviani still coming. They're all spaced out right now.
Battle's heating up here between Ian Spear,
Jason
Spear, Rachel Hunt.
Yeah, they're all pushing here, which I love. They're not giving up. They're not ready to just say, this is what we got. They're trying to get more, and I love it. You know, Rachel running a bit of a different line. Let's go on board here, Baron, and have a look. And this next corner is what we want to see here. Come in here and kind of fade it up the track a little early and then cut. It's just a little different line.
Car feels a little bit loose, huh?
And I think that's what she's trying to prevent. I think this is the counter a loose setup line. Spear a little bit loose there, diving to the bottom. Good entrance there from Hunt, but she will creep up the track early here. Good racing there. Sheffield, he's out to a 1 second lead as he breaks loose there. Jackson, Ottaviani.
Absolutely
Ripka.
sideways there.
He really was. And back to this battle. 3 to go for Sheffield. 2 to go, I should say. Rachel throws it
Jason's
way up to the
working on
wall.
Ian.
Yeah, he is. And Rachel trying to get a massive run. I don't think there'll be enough of one there for her to do anything. Ahead of them, Sheffield has taken the white flag. So Brandon Sheffield, he'll go down through 1 and 2. Way up to the wall he goes. Interesting there on the last lap. He'll come down the back straight away. Brandon Sheffield gonna come home victorious here in the Phoenix 150. A great job by him, and he's gonna do it sideways. How about that? Ian Spear gonna hold on for 5th. Jason Spear, Rachel Hunt, Jason Brantley, Claus Williams. Another victory here for Brandon Sheffield. I mean, he had to come from the back to do it, Baron.
Yeah, nice hard charge from early pit stop issue, and Victory lane for Brandon Sheffield, the pride of Elk River.
All right, we wait his little burnout here. And he's just going to throw it around tonight, Baron. That's the fun kind right there.
Got plenty of room to do it, so why not?
He'll do a little dog walk for you, but I don't think that's gonna go down tonight. Let's go ahead and get into our race results. We've seen everybody up to Brantley and Williams. You had Fleming a top 10, Eric Whiting, Tom Lester, Gilly, Daryl Spear, Matty Watkins, Scott Olson, Tom Ashley, and Royce Valley with that early incident. A pretty calm, standard race at Phoenix. Tough passing here tonight, Baron.
Yeah, but look at the end. RGR put on a show for us, and we had some late minute passes. We had a come from the back winner. Look, Phoenix is a unique track, and if you could drive it, you're going to put on a show.
Absolutely. Right now, let's take a commercial break. We'll come back and talk to our winner and a couple of. All right, back here at Phoenix. A little look at the new iRacing arcade. What'd you think of that, Baron?
I don't want anything to do with it.
What, you don't want anything to do with it?
I don't want anything to do with it, Dean.
Well, you're not 12 and you're not 6, so not a big surprise there, Baron. But I mean, it does look interesting for the kids, I think, and for some of us adults who are a little kid-like, perhaps. Let's get back to this one, shall we, Baron?
Real cars, real tracks. I'll take that.
All right, Baron loves his real racing, no doubt. We had one Sheffield doing a masterful job here tonight.
That we did, and looking forward to talking to him.
All right, let's get into it. Let's bring in our third place finisher, the 53, Michael Ottaviani. Congratulations, Michael.
Thanks, Dean. Appreciate it, buddy.
Well, I mean, here we go, Michael. We're trying to bust through here. It's never going to be easy. You got to battle Sheffield. You overtook him, I think, twice, and the third time just couldn't quite get her done.
Yeah, I just wasn't good enough. Brandon was able to. Clean air was everything. So, my goal the entire first run was to get out front, stay out front, clean pits, and then it was really close with all of us up front for like the first 5 laps, and then I felt like once we got in a rhythm, it was almost impossible to pass anybody. You just have no drive off on the bottom, and then I just am not comfortable ripping the top and trying different stuff. I just don't have that.
Well, I thought it was a tale of 2 pit stops almost, Mike. Brandon, a penalty on the first one, has to go to the back and work his way back up there. Second pit stop, I'm not sure. I think he was third or something. He come out first there. So how did he manage to do that on pit road, Mike?
Well, he's notoriously just a stud at pit stops, and just that extra second from cone to cone. There's a couple tricks you can do. I mean, obviously, you know probably more than others. And he has mastered some of those little tricks. He gets in his pit stall perfectly. He's running probably hit a 32 or a 13.2, 13.4 on his pit stop, and mine was pretty slow, 13.9 on that last one. So there it is. That's the difference sometimes. It's just those tenths of a second gets you third.
Well, we talked a little bit about your evolution, right? From say average to really good to top 5 to top 3. And every step along the way, Mike, it just gets harder and harder. And now we're in that stage where we're talking about victories and beating the likes of Sheffield and Jackson and some of the other studs in this league. Man, it's all about perfection, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I was really trying to push Brandon there at the end, and then I lost it. And luckily was able to save it. Jason got by safe, so I was happy that I didn't dump it. But Yeah, it's just the little things, man. You try to do. I was telling Brandon, all I was trying to do was just gain inches, just inches in the last 40 laps. I just want a couple inches just to get to that. And then, my plan was I kept showing inside, and then when I got a decent run off, I was going to scoot to the outside, kind of like how he did on me, because it was just so hard to hold your line on the inside with a car on the outside. I thought I might be able to do something with him, but he's just so good, man. His spatial awareness, his racecraft, man. He knows where he wants that car on exit. He knows how close he is to you. He's a stud. Him and Lance are masters of that in this league, and all we can do is just keep on getting it and keep on practicing, and hopefully one day we'll break through.
Absolutely, Mike. Keep plugging away. You're going to get it. And for the record, I love that you were giving it there at the end. To be damned with the breaking loose, that happens, but you went for it. That's what I appreciate. I think the crowd appreciates it. Congratulations on another top 3 finish here at Phoenix tonight. And we'll give you the mic, my friend.
Appreciate it, Dean. It means a lot, especially in this league. I love this league. It's a home for me, and it's ran by George and Todd. They're obviously the best in my opinion in as admins. Big thanks to the admin team. Big thanks to JJ and Brandon. They were clean racing hard, and obviously my spear group. I'm really proud of them. Everyone showed out tonight. Rachel ran awesome. Jason, I mean, me and Jason, we ran practice the whole time. We were watching Tom Ashley was a stud in practice. I wish he would have qualified a little bit higher because he could have won this race. He was an absolute stud. So he's coming. Tom's coming. He's going to break through here soon. And then obviously, the big three, East Coast, Caillou, and Alive. Without them, we wouldn't be here. We wouldn't be having your broadcast. And big thanks to you guys for being able to broadcast for us, and to YouTube. And yeah, that's about it, man. We'll lick our wounds and try it again.
All right, Baron. Mike, you get to lick some wounds, Baron.
Well, and I'm all about doing some licking, but happy just doing some drinking too, as everybody giggles up now. So hey, I'm with the second place finisher. It's Jason Jackson. Jason, welcome to the Wind Tunnel TV booth. How was your second place finish tonight, there, buddy?
Oh, it's pretty good. I mean, I honestly, the top 5 was just we were all stuck together, and I think it was just track position. Because if Otto wouldn't have messed up there, I don't think I would have ever gotten past him for second.
So looking in on the leaderboard here tonight, Mr. Jackson, my friend, you are a solid 100 and change ahead of second place. This thing's all but sewn up here. Talk about your season with us.
I've not had as good a season this season as I did the first half. I've not managed to win as many races, which is kind of bothering me. But the competition is extremely tough, and it just I think I've got this sewn up. I don't think there's enough races left for me to lose it. So, it's going to be nice to have the championship. It's just now I got to focus over on the other side and go after the Xfinity one.
Well, you've broken through. You've gotten, race wins. It looks like, barring some unforeseen miracle, you're going to get the championship here. What's next? You said Xfinity. Is that one that's kind of eluded you?
Yeah, that one is close. I think currently me and Mr. Bruce is tied for the lead for the points. So it's going to be a neck and neck down to the wire kind of thing, I think. And thankfully, we're going to Martinsville on Sunday, a place that I love to race, and Darren does not so much. So hopefully I can get some points back out on him.
Well, that'll be a great show. Don't forget to tune into that on Wind Tunnel TV Sunday nights at 8 o'clock p.m. Jason, second place finish tonight. Who would you like to thank for your efforts?
Well, I got to thank you guys, of course, for broadcasting this, and the series sponsors, of course, with East Coast Web Printing and Kylie Glass and Alive Church. They they do a lot for this series. Todd gave us some good news about next season from them, and we're really appreciative of those guys, and everybody that races in this league, the admins, teammates, Brandon especially, learn a lot from him. We converse the entire race and learn from each other as we go on. And the rest of the GDR guys are not here tonight with Ed and Nick and Derek, but they're great teammates as well. And then just all the people on the car with Custom Works and Civil Tech and Ed Kane. It's always tech season, as he likes to say, and Futaba and Canon Graphics, and just I know we all say this every once in a while, but we need to say it more often. Thanks to our wives for letting us do this, because if it wasn't for them, we none of us would be doing this. But just like I said, congrats to my teammate Brandon for winning, and good second place, and move on the next week and try it all over.
Sounds like a plan, my friend. Dean, it's Mr. Jason Jackson, your points leader. Second place finish tonight here at Phoenix.
Yeah, he's been doing a great job, man. And second here, he'll open up even more of a points gap. But we got to turn our attention to this pole sitter, the 36, Brandon Sheffield, from the pole to the back, all the way back to the front. How about it? Back in victory lane, Brandon.
Yeah, the whole going to the back thing wasn't exactly planned, but the beginning and the end worked out okay.
Well, you gotta have some fun out there, Brandon, on a Thursday night. Why not, right? What happened down on pit road?
Went too fast, man. I don't know. I felt like I was following the car in front of me, and it was 46 a couple times here and there, but that's not super uncommon when you're going on pit road, and you just give it back when you need to. And I obviously didn't give enough back, or didn't give it back in time, so I knew by the time I got the pit stall I was going to the back. So it's one of those things that your number comes up every once in a while, and it's been a long time since I've spent on pit road, so it was my turn tonight.
Yeah, so you sped. You made a mistake. We come in and have another pit stop. I think you're in third, under caution, and you come out in first. How big was that?
Fifth, came out third. Thank goodness for the number one pit stall. Yeah, I mean, if I start one more row back on the restart, I'm where Lance or Jason is the whole race, because you just can't pass here. So yeah, they dropped the jack and I took off and kind of saw where I was, and I was like, man, I got a chance to be in third here. And it was on the wood and spinning the tires and on the rev limiter, and we were going to try to get out as fast as we can. I was shocked that I picked up two, but yeah, it made all the difference for me tonight.
Yeah, great job. Very important. Now we get down to the race. You get a couple of challenges here from Ottaviani. Don't know if you had a couple of bad corners here and there, or if he was cooling his tires and running you down, but he probably made 3 good attempts on you, Brandon.
Yeah, I didn't. It's so hard to know in the car, because I watch lap times pretty consistently, and I would slow down some, just trying to keep my car straight, but didn't feel like I was dropping off massively. And then all of a sudden here he'd come again, and he'd, drive her up to your bumper, and it's like, oh no, did he save a bunch of tire here and he's just going to blow by me, and that's going to be the end of it? Because he's known to be one of the better long run guys we have in this league right now. I'd put him up against anybody. He'd get inside of me there, and I'd pinch him and hold him really tight to be able to get cleared on the straightaway. And I'd go out and try to run a couple hard laps to build a gap, and think that was the end of it. And then pretty soon, 10 laps later, here he came again. That's kind of Phoenix. And I was talking to Jason a little bit in chat, both during the race and in the lobby here. I don't know if iRacing has this track exactly correct, or if that's just the way this track is, but you just can't get away from anybody. You can't pass anybody. I love running laps here, kind of like you, Darlington. That's a fun track to be on by yourself. I think Phoenix is kind of like that, but not my favorite track to race, just because you really can't, slice and dice through the field, and it's really hard to pass, and can make that race kind of boring single file, which is kind of what we had for the last 80 laps, unfortunately.
I will say opening the dog leg changes that a little bit, Brandon.
I agree.
But it also opens up a whole different can of worms. We'll save that discussion for some other day. But, I mean, I love Phoenix. It is a little, like you said, the ebbs and flows. And the interesting thing I find, Brandon, is lap times. You could swear you were faster for 2 laps, and the lap times will show that you were slower, but visually you look closer than you were.
Well, and not only that, but I'd be running 3s about the time that Otto would get to me. and then we'd run side by side and run a 5, and then I'd get away and run 2s for the next 5 or 6 laps and think, man, I just found a tenth of a second. There's no way that these guys are gonna get back to me, and they're right behind you again. So it's like we're all speeding up and slowing down together. It just doesn't make it. It's almost like running an AI race with the rubber band effect that you had. It's just strange how the races tend to go here.
Yeah, it really is. You performed admirably tonight, though. Like I said, from the front to the back and back to the front. Great job. And I noticed you were keeping it clean out there. Were you aware, like, of, and when I say clean, I mean you were given extra room. Looked like you were trying to stay a little extra low coming through the field there.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, when you make a mistake like that on your own, and then you're going to try to drive back through the field, you certainly don't want to ruin somebody else's night because you made a mistake and now you got to try to pass them, and you're trying to go super hard. So like you want to be really respectful of everybody you're coming through the field against, and you don't also want to ruin your own race. So at that point, it's you made a mistake. I've had a lot of luck lately. I've been very fortunate, won a lot of races, so I don't need to go 115% trying to get back through the field and clean somebody out doing it. So just trying to be respectful of everybody here. Everybody's running their own race, and make sure that if whatever happened to me, if I was able to get back to the front, great. But if not, no big deal. It's not worth wrecking somebody else over.
Well, I'm just glad that neither me or Baron are your crew chief, because we're all about putting you at harm's way, Brandon. We'll tell you to go for it on every occasion. Anyway, you've done masterful, man. Congrats on another victory. Great to see. Great performance, my friend. And we'll turn it over to you.
Yeah, thank you guys. Starts with you. I mean, Wind Tunnel, I love going back and watching these races. You got a lot of good guys with you, Dean, but I think Baron's, probably my favorite to have in the booth with you. I just think you guys are a really good pairing. So it's always fun to go back and listen to these Thursday night races that he can make. The RGR admins winding down this Gen 6 car. I'm really excited for next week. Michigan's going to be a bar burner. I kind of wish that was the last race because we could really send this car out on top, I think, at a race at Michigan. We should be all over each other that whole race. So really looking forward to that, and looking forward to what we have coming up in the winter. I think we're going to have a lot of fun figuring out what the next year of this league's going to look like, and I'm excited to be a part of that as well. The GDR guys, Jason and I had a really fun night. This was a real, buckle down, pull the belts tight, and do whatever we can to help each other with lines and strategies, and what are your tires versus my tires, and here's how I'm getting off the corner, and here's how I'm getting off the brake and getting in the corner, and just trying to help each other out as much as possible. And he's always going to be towards the pointy end of the field, and it shows in the point standings, and just kind of coasting to a championship for him. So that's cool to see. On the car, Caden Heyman Foundation, CadenHeymanFoundation.org if you'd like to learn more, and Ed Kane CPA also on the car. Give Ed a call if you have any tax or accounting needs you may have.
All right, Baron, Brandon Sheffield back in victory lane again.
And he had to do it the hard way twice, right? Starting from the back, came to the front, or started from the front, went to the back, came to the front. Checkered flag and Phoenix. I kind of agree with him on his sentiments about Phoenix. I don't know how I feel about racing here. I've never really had a good feel for it.
I thought for sure you were going somewhere else. I kind of agree with him that Baron's my favorite.
Well, that's true too. I mean, look, what's not to like here, right?
Yeah, great to see him out here. I agree with you too, Baron. It is a tough one. I mean, frustrating track, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. And, look, everybody's got their tracks. Just this isn't one of mine. And, blasphemy for saying Darlington is. I love that track.
Yeah, that's blasphemy for sure. There's no doubt. We give him a little bit of hard time, but we got 2 more races, and we got some good storylines to watch in on. It looks like Jason Jackson will win the championship, but we got Rachel Hunt looking for second in points. Williams is in the mix. Can Tony Ratliff come back in here and do something in the last 2 races? We'll find out. But for myself, Dean Doucette, for Mr. Baron Labosco, that is going to wrap it up here from Phoenix Raceway, and we'll see you right here next time on Wind Tunnel TV.